guests today are the dynamic performer Joe King Carrasco and a member of his organization, Nicole Farnsworth.
All right.
And the bass player and band leader from the local group, Solomon Ben Marinas.
All right.
Joe, I guess we'll start with you. Is Carrasco your real name?
No, it's the name that was given to me by Ben.
Okay, can you tell us a little story about that? Is there anything behind it?
I don't know. Why did you give me that name anyway? It got me in a lot of trouble.
Well, when I met Joe, that was when Fred Carrasco, he was trying to break out of prison. And that's when I was starting my group. And this other friend of mine, his name is Ben Monsiváis, is that right? The one who referred you to me that I was looking for a guitar player. And what happens is that we were practicing for, I don't know, at this place in East Austin.
What was that lounge?
Riviera.
Riviera Lounge.
Riviera Lounge. And Joe used to come over there. Well, at first he just came over there and sat on the curb for a long time, just waiting over there. He never came by. He was just sitting there. And that was the first day. Then we practiced again the following day, and then that was about the second time that he was there. And then he came by and asked me that this guy Ben Monsiváis sent him over that I was looking for a guitar player. And while that was going on, my musician used to tell me, "Who's that guy over there? Is he a narc or what?" So I told him,
sure you said that.
Yeah. And then I said, "No, don't worry, man. That's Carrasco, But what happens is that we're mentioning Fred Carrasco's name like every second or every 2 minutes from the radio on account that he was breaking out of prison. And more or less, that's how I got the idea.
Ah, fascinating. Well, so then you started with Solomon.
Yeah.
Did you? How long did you play with them?
God, about a year, wasn't it? A year, 2 years?
About 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then what did you do after you left Solomon?
He got busted.
Is that when you started with the Crowns?
Yeah, well, I did. I had my own group for a while, too, called El Molino. Then I went to California and started a group called I came back here and started the Crowns. It devolved in what it is today.
Nicole, where are you from, and what do you actually do with his organization?
I'm from France, and I went to college for the last 2 years in America, and I met up with Joe, and slowly it came over that now I'm handling all the merchandising, T-shirts and sweatshirts, and I also got the responsibility of the fan club, which is now...
And she plays the nurse. At the end of the show, I collapse. At the end of the show, she comes out in the nurse and carries me off stage.
Oh, I see. And Ben, how long have you been playing in bands?
In bands, I would say about 12 years.
Oh, it's longer than that. Hey, it's longer than that.
Keep his age down, Joe.
No, because we played Shorty in the Corvette. That was 1967.
Well, I would say 15 years the most.
Oh, come on, man. It's not, how about go back 1965?
No, I was in the service when I was 1968.
Really? So when did you play Shorty?
When I played with his band, that was about 68, somewhere like that. Yeah.
Before you went, you were on that first album, though, right?
Yeah.
That was 67, though, wasn't it?
No, I was around 68, yeah.
So about 18 years.
15.
But 15, I would say. Pretty close to 15.
So did you actually start the band Solomon?
Yes, yeah.
Did you?
It took me about, I don't know, I would say to get it started, it took me about 2 years to find the right people.
And how long have you been playing with them since then?
With Solomon? I would say about 8 years.
8 years.
Pretty close to 8 years, yes.
Well, Joe, do you consider your songs to have any kind of political statement or any kind of meaning?
Some do, yeah. I mean, some of them, like, lately they have been, like, involved in Central America and stuff like that. Plus, we did this song called We Don't Speak English. It's about, how the educational system in the United States is trying to drive out bilingual education. So the song's kind of about that, that I think Spanish is a strong language, and that's what it's about. I think Spanish is a real important language. You shouldn't drive it out.
Do you speak Spanish?
Poquito.
How about your song, Federales?
Federales, yeah, some Federales about the Mexican police. But, no, then we have, I think a lot of people in the United States are going to have to take a stand about Central America, and people are afraid to take a stand, and we're taking a stand on it. I think the United States is doing a bad thing down south. And we have a song called "Who Bought the Guns That Killed the Nuns." You know, and it's a fun song, but it's you know, I think people are going to start becoming aware of what's going on because it's right. Texas is on the frontier of what's going on down south, and I think it's affecting a lot of Latin people down south are getting the role. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I understand that you've been making a new album. How's that project coming?
Well, we've been in for 2 weeks. We've got 19 songs down, and we've only finished 2. But it sounds real good.
Ah, good. Good luck. Where have you been on tour, and where are you going next?
Okay. Well, we've toured South America, and we've toured Colombia, and we toured Europe, and we've toured here, we toured there, we outer space and Mars. And I'd like to go. I like to play more like Central America, South America, Mexico, more places like that in the Far East.
We'll be going back to Europe in July. We're going to try to get a record
How long are you going to be over there?
Probably about 3 weeks, I'd say.
Maybe a month.
Maybe a month, maybe, you know, it depends.
And you're just going to be all over?
Yeah, going to start with the Nordic countries, you know, Northern Europe, and then move down towards the south.
That sounds great. Well, Ben, this must be an inside joke, but what is Siempre y Domingo?
Siempre en Domingo. Siempre en Domingo it's like a talent show, almost similar to probably Johnny Carson. It's a worldwide program from Mexico, and they pick up a lot of talent from all over the world, and they'll show you all kinds of culture. It's mostly like a culture event where they get different kind of performers and stars and all this, and it's just shown worldwide.
And to get back to your band, Salaman, how big is it now?
Oh, as big as Carrasco.
About this big.
But this wide.
Not big.
Well, Joe, do you come from a musical family?
Oh, see, Ben's my dad, you know. No, our family doesn't really we're really into music too much, you know. I've always heard it in my family. But when I first started playing with Ben, I really started developing style. He taught me how to play guitar too, like.
Your whole family is really supportive of what you're doing, though.
Yeah.
Mom's proud. She dances around.
But Ben did teach me how to play guitar, a lot of those things on guitar. He got me, I mean, when I first joined Solomon, I played, you know, hippie guitar, you know, which is like, and he got me all disciplined and showed me how to play correctly, where you concentrate on getting people to dance, and you're there to play for people, and you're not, you know, you're there to play for yourself, but you're there to make people happy. Which is...
Well, speaking of your concerts, I guess we've all seen you jump off the stage a lot of times and get caught by your fans. Are you ever afraid that nobody's going to catch you?
Seriously, Ben's always down there, see?
And the nurse is around, right?
Yeah,
They have a nurse also.
Well, how many people do you travel with when you go on tour?
Oh, about 200. Let's see. No, we only travel about 10 people, 8 people, depends. You know, sometimes sometimes I travel I played in the Paris Metro at New Year's. There's only 3 of us.
That was something else.
No, you know, it depends. Sometimes you take it, no more than 10 or 8, you know, it depends.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nicole, have you ever heard of Salaman, and what do you think of them?
Yeah, sure have. I think it's real fun to go see Ben play with his band. Well, first of all, because he's such a great friend to have, and to go see him is a lot of fun. And I'd rather tune into a Mexican radio station in town, you know, playing Chicano music, and then listen to one of the big radio stations. Enjoy that a lot more.
You listen to the AM station or the FM station? You know, which one do you like better?
AM.
You like the AM? You told me you used to like the FM station better now.
Yeah, but they changed it now. So
Oh, it's not cool anymore?
No.
Yeah, there needs to be more Chicano programming in Austin.
Can't always get in when you're playing, though, especially when you're playing at that
That's a
one
Siempre
place.
Domingo. That's a TV show, right?
TV show, yeah.
You working with that?
Yeah.
Wow, I want to be on that. Man, we've always wanted to be on that.
Well, so there's just a couple of Chicano stations here?
Locally, there's just one, and there's another one in Taylor, which is about 35 miles from here. It's one FM station. The other one's on FM and AM.
Well, what kind of music does your band Solomon play?
We play a mixture of just about any type of music. We do a little bit of English, country. We do a lot of Chicano. We do a lot of Latin. We do rhythm and blues, and just about any kind of music.
Polkas, cumbias, boleros, wapangas,
Cha-cha-chas.
cha-cha-chas, cha-cha boleros.
Just about any type of music.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of music you want to hear, we'll
That
do it
sounds
for you.
good. That's a good
Do you like Chicano music?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Chicano music a lot.
Well, I hear you opened up Barton Springs Pool with a big splash a couple of weeks ago. Was that just a spur-of-the-moment gig? Do you do?
Kind of. We weren't real, ready. I mean, we were in the studio, then all of a sudden we were supposed to go out there and play Barton Springs. We wanted to do it. I mean, plus we get passes for the rest of the year, so hey.
Ah,
Everybody
that's
in the
nice.
band and around the band pretty much goes swimming at Barton Springs.
Uh-huh.
So
As long, I mean, plus we made points that, that Barton Springs might not be here in 5 years. I doubt that Barton Springs will be swimmable in 5 years if they continue to build in Austin like they're doing, because the basin, the aquifer is getting real polluted and it's all ending up in Barton Springs. So I think it's, I mean, I want to say it, but I think its days are numbered unless they do something drastic like tear down Barton Creek Mall and about,
Yeah.
every house west of that area. It's a pretty radical thing to say, but that's what I feel.
Yeah. Well, so the band's home base is here in Austin. You don't have any plans of moving, do you?
No, I like Austin. I just, my only thing about Austin is it's getting so big here that it's not the same town I came to, 12 years ago. And, and it's just, I'm real sad to see that there's a lot of apathy in the city council here and no restrictions on growth and the poor planning here. It's sad, I mean, it's you've been here all your life, man, and it's not, do you think it's changing? It's not the same town as it used to be, and I guess it's happening all over the world, but I think that really bothers me a lot. Doesn't it bother you? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like they should restrict growth. They should stop development in Austin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well.
I don't think it's a plus to let all the industry that's coming here now. I think it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only people that make money out of it are the real rich people here.
Yeah, but how could you restrict?
You can. They do it in all other cities, and they do it in the United States. It's just the city council here has been bought,
Wow. Well, so you recommend just throwing out the old city council, getting new people in?
Yeah, I mean, I can't, I was real sad because I campaigned for Jeff Friedman and Bob Binder, people like that, and I thought they were going to be good, but there's no people like that left in the city council here anymore, so, that bothers me.
Well, where did you come from before you moved to Austin?
Dumas, Texas.
Dumas.
Right, Dumas. All 5,000 of us, we came down here, came for a party weekend.
So you say you moved here about 12 years ago?
Yeah, well, my family's been coming here, going to school here since 1963, so I've been here on and off since then. Everybody in my family went to school here, but I came started being here a lot, like after 67, 68, that time, but, and it's just, God, it's not the same city as it was then. I know that it's the fastest growing city in the United States, and it's a great place, but, God, they've got to do something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, where do you get the ideas for your songs, other than politically?
I go down to Ben's house and I sit around and listen to him.
Puerto Escondido.
I go down to Mexico a lot and get a lot of inspiration from Mexico. That's about the main place.
Mm-hmm.
But I write, like I spend a lot of time in Europe too because of Nicole there, and I write there too. I guess I write a lot of Tex-Mex in Europe because I miss Texas when I'm in Europe.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get good ideas. I wrote Cucaracha Taco when I was in Germany.
Oh, in Germany?
Yeah, I don't know why, man.
there weren't even cucarachas there.
There's no cucarachas in Germany?
There are, but not at that time of the year. It was too cold.
Oh.
But
It's warmer than in Austin, though, which was real nice.
Yeah. But you can get your inspiration from anywhere, but I think Mexico is a nice place. Or even San Antonio, or even, I can go to a Mexican restaurant, eat a taco, and I write a song, it depends.
Well, what's your favorite place to tour?
My favorite place to tour?
Yeah.
Let's see, South Austin or North Austin? I think South Austin.
South Austin.
South Austin for sure.
A lot of artistic inspiration down there, huh?
Yeah, I like South Austin a lot. Don't you, Ben?
Yeah, it's the best
Ben's the
place there
king
is.
of South Austin.
I'm the king from South Austin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
King Marina.
King of South First, man. He's the king on the hill over there. LA de loco.
The cucarachas.
Well, what is Solomon's plans for in the future?
Solomon's plans for the future, right now, we're concentrated on a new recording for right now. I would say in about another 3 more months it should be out. We're working something for the summer.
Is it just one song or an album? Or
It's
what?
just one song.
What is it?
Well, it's a bolero, and it's called Conversación en Tiempo de Bolero. Do you know what that means?
No.
Conversation in
Conversation,
the
perhaps.
tempo of Bolero.
What is the Temple of Bolero?
Tempo,
It's a real
the beat.
slow, real slow.
No.
Bolero's
Oh, wow.
The beat
I
of
see.
Bolero.
It's like
I see.
you're telling this girl that you love her, and you're more or less explaining yourself in a tempo of a bolero beat. So that's why it's named Conversación en Tiempo de Bolero.
What's going to be on the B-side?
On B-side, I don't know, maybe, a polka, and we were thinking about another ranchera, which it might be another polka also, an original.
Do any of your dad's songs?
We do have one, yes.
His dad's a big songwriter.
Oh, he
Was a
is.
big songwriter.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a lot of different kind of music that he wrote, and a lot of people recorded his music also.
Oh, like anyone we would know?
I really don't know. Have you ever heard a song called Please Call Me Baby? That's a real popular song that he wrote. It's a sort of country and western song.
Who recorded that?
There's a bunch of different people that recorded all over the place. Locally, there were some people here in Austin that recorded it, and then in San Antonio, this guy, Joe Bravo, he made a real
Joe
big,
Brown recorded it?
yes,
Wow.
real big hit.
Well, how long have you been with Joe's organization, Nicole?
An organization.
With him as an organization himself, or with the whole? I've been working, for the JKC organization since about last September, a little bit earlier than that, probably.
This last September? I thought you started last summer.
Last summer. Your time goes past by.
We met in the Lone Star Cafe in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know where that is?
Uh-uh.
New York's in New York. Lone Star Cafe's on the 14th Street, I think. Anyway, that's where we met.
Is there a little story behind that or anything?
That must be the story right there.
She wanted to go hear the Stray Cats. We heard them.
Well, they weren't playing that night. They got canceled because the bass player broke his foot or something like that. So I
Oh.
got to see Joe.
You got to
Oh,
see
I
Joe.
see. Well, what is your favorite recording group to sit down and listen to?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's, I look at it that way. I listen to all kinds of music. I have cassettes. I mean, music, I tape everything I hear. I mean, I like to listen to a lot of Chicano music. I like to go down to Mexico and listen to stuff. I like African music. I like Brazilian music. I like, the KUT here's got good, Horizonte's a great show to listen to. And, I listen to, I like Jamaican music. I like it all. They're not really particular. I like Ben's music.
So do I.
And I like Steve Jordan a lot.
Flaco Jimenez.
I like them both.
And What's in a Bird?
I like French music too. I like that.
Machon.
Well, what part of France are you from, Nicole?
Paris.
Paris? Oh, how nice.
We got a lot of good tapes when we went back because we have a friend who works in Europe #1 and enjoyed an interview, and it's the biggest radio station in France. And they made us a little compilation, 2 cassettes, which is really nice.
Well,
Posture.
I guess our time's about up for today. I'd like to thank Joe, Nicole, and Ben for joining us, and we all wish you continued success.
Success.
Thank you
We
all
call this
for
success.
watching.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Can we ask you some questions?
Yeah.